I think it's finally the right time to talk about this really special ability that has the potential to change your life. And I don't throw those words around lightly, trust me. But I think that if you experience this for yourself, then you too will see that it changes everything. And the good news is that everybody has this ability, it's not just me. But I do have 5 or almost 6 years of experience with it and some crazy stories and proof that it is real and it works. And I will be sharing all of that with you, but I couldn't possibly fit it all into one video. So right now I just want to go over some basics and give you a bit of a backstory. So the ability is called muscle testing, and the reason that it's called that is because it tests the muscles for a strong or a weak response depending on the input that you give it. And I think that it's originally used in applied kinesiology and not in a spiritual way at all. But the way that I see it is that it's an energy language and the body is just a medium for information to come through. So personally, I use muscle testing mostly to directly communicate with my higher self. And I do that pretty much every day. So I will get yes and no answers, but also a lot of information through my thoughts and feelings, and sometimes even visuals as well. And they all come from my higher self. And the other thing I use muscle testing for is to find and release any trauma, negative energy blocks, and subconscious limiting beliefs. And this, in my opinion at least, is the part that's really life-changing. Because if you believe that everything is energy, like quantum physics suggests, then it would only make sense to think that energy holds so much power. And just imagine knowing how to use that power and knowing how to raise your vibrational frequency permanently by releasing all of these things, by releasing trauma, energy blocks, and limiting beliefs that are stored in your subconscious mind. Because if you didn't know it already, your subconscious mind is actually responsible for about 95% of your reality. It influences your thoughts, emotions, your actions, and what you experienced. And it's all based on your subconscious beliefs. Now, I understand that that may be a lot to take in right now, but if I had to put it simply, I would say that being able to communicate with your higher self and being able to heal yourself is not just empowering, but it's such a big relief, really. To finally be your best self, living the life you desire, and to know that nothing can stop you. So, with that being said, I would just like to give you a bit of a backstory. I found out about muscle testing in December of 2018 when I was at a very low point in my life. I was 25 at the time, and up until then I tried so hard to break free from a life that I didn't want. And at that point I just felt like I had nothing left to give. So one night I was in my room and I just broke down and started crying. And then I begged God or the universe or whatever I believed in at the time to not make my desires become a reality, but to just give me something that I could hold on to that would keep me on the right path without wasting any more time. And then 1 week later, I got my answer and I came across muscle testing for the first time. And as soon as I heard about it, I just felt something resonate within me because it just seemed so simple and true, which honestly it is. So I tried it out for myself and it completely blew my mind. And I wanted to tell the whole world about it, but I had to focus on my own healing first. So that's what I did. And for the first few months, I was just religiously releasing all of these subconscious limiting beliefs. And very soon I felt a real change within me. Like I was finally becoming a version of myself that I always knew I could be. And this sense of peace washed over me because for the first time in my life, I knew that everything was going to be okay. Like more than okay. And since then, my life's just been getting better and better. And it's almost like I have this invisible force that's supporting me and making miracles happen. And I want the same for you. And I will tell you how you can learn how to muscle test for yourself in a little bit. But I have an interesting story to share with you first. I actually wanted to start my YouTube channel and school community a year ago, where I would also be sharing about muscle testing and my experiences and so on. So I remember that last summer I spent a month filming and editing this first video, but I was really hesitant to post it for some reason. And like I did every day, I asked my higher self what I should do. And I was not prepared for the answer at all, because my higher self told me to completely stop what I was doing. And that made absolutely no sense to me, because I'd put in so much effort and I just thought that this is what the plan was, right? So I was devastated about it for weeks. But the thing is that I trust my higher self with my entire being, and it's never proved me wrong. And then after some time, my higher self guided me to open a shop on Etsy to muscle test for other people, which is something that I already knew I could do because I had muscle tested for my sister and some friends before. But muscle testing for people that I didn't know personally was completely new to me, and it got me a little bit nervous, but I decided to do it anyway. So I started doing these messages from their higher self and also subconscious mind reprogramming sessions where I would release their trauma, energy blocks, and limiting beliefs. So I'm really happy that I did that because it proved to me that muscle testing really works for anyone. Like, their higher selves told me things that, logically speaking, I could never have known about. And it also just felt really good to be able to give these people what they needed in that moment. And I don't think that they know how much they've helped me too, so if you are one of my previous Etsy customers, I just wanted to say a quick thank you for being a part of my journey and for giving me the confirmation and the last bit of confidence that I needed to start my YouTube channel and everything else that I'm doing. I'm really grateful for it. And that's not the only amazing thing that happened to me last year. There's actually something else, but I think I want to keep that to myself for now. Just know that it's something that makes me very, very happy. Like, it doesn't even do it justice by saying that, but my point is with this whole story that the higher self knows what you really desire and what's best for you, and it knows how to give that to you in a really beautiful and meaningful way as well. And yeah, just being able to communicate with your higher self whenever you need to or whenever you want to is just priceless. And now, starting today, it's finally the right time for me to share everything. So I will keep posting videos on this channel about muscle testing and my personal experiences, and maybe some other stuff as well. But if you want to learn how to muscle test for yourself to either communicate with your higher self or to find and release trauma, energy blocks, and subconscious limiting beliefs of your own, or both, then you're more than welcome to join my community on School, because over there you will find a detailed course on how to muscle test, and I'll also be supporting you the best way that I can. So I'll leave a link for that below this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have made it this far, then thank you so much for watching, and maybe we'll see each other again.